Hello, I'm Mantastic'c and Fantastic, and today I'm going to be talking about the Player's Choice Godfest that has just been announced to arrive in North America on December 30th and will run until January 5th of the following year. So, Player's Choice Godfest is a reasonably well hyped event because it gives players the opportunity to vote for their favorite cards, and the 15 most voted 7-star cards, plus Samurai 3, which I hope there are none of, the 15 most 6-star Godfest exclusives, and the top 40 most voted Pantheon cards will be featured. Unfortunately, in Gung Ho's Infinite Wisdom, they only published the top 3, not the whole rolling roster, so we're gonna have to wait until the 30th in order to find out the actual rolling roster, but we can see the top 3 for their respective categories, and the cards in these respective categories will have a higher rolling rate. It will be 2% chance rate for Daytona, Seawolf, or Cecilia, which are all incredibly exciting. I personally would love to get a Daytona, and more Cecilias is never a bad thing. I only have one per account, but I do swap them around constantly between different colors, and it'd be nice not to have to constantly swap. So, obviously that's pure convenience at that point, but I like the top 3 for the Godfest exclusives. I also hope that Rex is in there, because I don't have a Rex on my main account. Royal Oak is probably going to be included, and Nautilus as well, because they're the big leaders at this point in time, so it wouldn't surprise me if they are showing up as well, but I would definitely like to see the whole rolling roster as a whole. In addition to that, we have the top 6-star cards of Ney, Cotton, and Morrigu. And for Neys and Cottons, they will come out in their various colors, and the reason why they were voted in is because they have flexible weapon assist. They're easy to make because unlike the new 6-star Godfest exclusive weapons that are coming out, like say just Sheet, Sharius, Roots, etc., those evolutions are locked behind difficult to clear content. Whereas Neys and Cottons, it's pretty common to find the Quillen or Schnitzel Dragon gems. So the point is, you can make those evolutions and they're flexible, so there's no big surprise there. Morrigu I feel is a little unusual. I don't really use my Morrigu, but at the same time, there's not too many other really great 6-star Godfest exclusives. I also feel partially because many players may have already acquired most of these 6-star Godfest exclusives already, so it'll be just interesting to see the whole top 15, but there's not even that many Godfest exclusives available at the 6-star anyways. And then finally, for the Pantheon series, we have Alatu as number 1, which I am actually quite surprised by. Alatu is still a strong sub, but I feel like if you have a modestly developed monster box, the stronger options will exist. She is still a 7 effective skill boost card with poison resist, okay personal damage. She's not bad, but I feel like cards like Amino Uzume have significantly more value at this point. I am still a big fan of other Pantheons like Sakuya for her story mode evolution, all the Chinese Celestials, but then again, maybe everyone has the Chinese Celestials for their weapon assist. I like Indra. Indra works well as a sub for Daytona, as weapon assist is useful. I feel like because there are 40 Pantheons that we can vote in total, there's a good chance everything's going to be at least present. That to a certain extent, 40 is an absurdly large number. So with that being said, let us look forward to this new, exciting Player's Choice Godfest and the debut of Saphira. So, a new 7-star Godfest exclusive will be featured in the Player's Choice Godfest, and they're yet another transforming card. They only have one transformation step, unlike the watches or boats and submarines, but you get 2 skill boosts in your base form, and you need 28 turns to transform. So, a little more difficult for sure, because less skill boosts, say, compared to Nautilus, and it takes longer to transform initially, but once you do transform initially, you don't have to worry about the extra transformation step, so that's pros and cons in itself. And then, when you do transform, you are still bind vulnerable, but that's easy enough to fix. You have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 VDP Awakenings with a strong attack stat. So gargantuan amounts of VDP damage from this card here, which is pretty wild when you think about it, but they have to have amazing orb generation. They also have combo orbs, so if you're not VDPing, you're blobbing with Rose, it's another way to possibly add many more bonus combos onto the given board. But for their leader skill in this intense research, you get half damage, add 2 combos, and large auto follow attack when you match 6+ connected light or dark orbs. So that's nice flexibility. Let's say hypothetically you get orb trolled terribly and you don't have enough light, maybe you have enough dark and you can trigger yourself there. And then you also have a flat multiplier for light attribute cards. So easy to team build, no typing restriction, just throw on light based cards who ideally trigger with VDP. Dual leaders would give 4+ combos, 10 million auto follow attack, almost 16 times effective health, pretty close. So great bulky leader, and the active skill is a brilliant solution to all their problems because you get an attack multiplier bonus for each VDP on the team. So for each of these awakenings, you get more attack multiplier, and then you also change fire and water to light. So statistically speaking, let's say every orb had a perfect distribution. Now with this orb changer, you have 50% light and 50% whatever else there was on the board. So it's incredibly unlikely you won't have a VDP, and even more unlikely you won't have 6 or more light orbs. Obvious drawbacks to this card are the fact that, well, without a VDP, they have no personal damage, which can be obviously a little bit of a drawback, but at the same time, depending on your team composition, maybe that's a way to stall, because sometimes stalling is nice, and with this active skill, you definitely have enough way to make light orbs. Just be mindful of the fact they don't make hearts. This card will definitely help facilitate Christmas Ilmina. It'll give Christmas Ilmina a great usage because Christmas Ilmina is a huge VDP-oriented light card. And with their light sub-attribute, even their light sub-attribute may be dealing monstrous amounts of damage. So it's just a cool thing to keep in mind if you have extra trade fodder and you believe in yourself that you're going to actually roll this Godfest exclusive. So just to recap, Player's Choice Godfest coming on December 30th, and it'll run until January 5th of the following year. So exciting times all around. But the fun doesn't stop there, because also in January, we get up to 50 free pulls from a Super Appreciation Godfest. So basically, starting at the beginning of the month, we are going to be receiving 10 pulls from the Super Special Godfest, and when you log in, and in addition to that, you have a chance to pull the extra, like 3 pull, 5 pull, 10 pull, and the 4 pull. Basically, you're able to potentially pull extra rolls. So for example, if you get the 10 free rolls and then you get a diamond rem draw as the final one, you are able to then redeem 10 more free rolls. There is the chance that you may get incredibly lucky. Maybe you'll be fortunate and actually get tons of Godfest exclusives, unlike this example picture here where they only got a single Fujin. But you may get lucky. It's a great time to, like, just have pad installed, because this costs no magic stones, doesn't require clearing dungeons. Just exciting times to kind of ring in the new year. And then there's a whole list of things you can roll, but that's incredibly long. Basically, lots of stuff you could get. There are Godfest exclusives in here. It is free. It is exciting. So we got this free pulls coinciding with this Player's Choice Godfest. So, with that being said, let me know what you think about the top 3 for the Player's Choice Godfest in the comments down below. Are you excited for them? And which cards are you actually the most hyped or excited to pull for the Player's Choice Godfest if you end up pulling? I will, of course, release a video detailing the rolling roster and lineup and whether the rates are good or whatnot when December 30th actually comes around. With that being said, hopefully you'll have a truly fantastic day. I wish you all the best of luck in your own pad adventures, and happy puzzling.